Hey guys, welcome back to the Anime Collector. Right now we are heading over to the Lupin III, the Italian game screening that I really don't want to miss because there's a con exclusive shirt that they're going to be giving away or selling, or I don't know. But I don't want to not get one. So that's where we're heading right now. And I gotta say, it's been pretty awesome being at the con this year, because everywhere you go you get to hear the Lupin theme playing because they've got all these little advertisements for it. So it's been pretty awesome. Anyway, we'll catch you when we get there. So Dan's right there. I'm gonna take advantage of the premiere line today. I really want that shirt. This is how you handle a screening. Oh my goodness. Well done. So we managed to get our shirts. It was absolutely wonderful. Every single seat in the place had a shirt waiting for the person who's going to sit there, and one of those dollar bill things that actually you got to wear here. So anyway, what'd you think of it, Jay? Was it awesome?
It was really funny.
It was so good.
Really
She
good.
started having contractions.
Braxton hates contractions.
Yeah, so not the kind that meant she was going into labor, but did you have those with Eli?
Way later.
Yeah,
But
so-
a lot of the stuff in earlier.
So it's that good. Almost met my daughter 3 months early. Anyway.
Not even. She was fine.
So there's this scene in the beginning where they're chasing down this train, and Lupin's driving the yellow car, and for no reason, I'm going to start calling Goemon Deus Ex Goemon, because that's all he showed up for in the movie, and it's always awesome. Don't get me wrong, but it is getting a little bit lazy, specifically with this movie. But for no reason, the train is all of a sudden on a path where it's going to go through a forest that's on fire. So all of a sudden Goemon shows up and slices the fire and causes it to split like the Red Sea. And the train goes through it, and it's like...
Somebody next to me is like, it's Jesus!
Moses, technically, but...
Yeah,
okay.
but I don't know. I was like, looked
Yeah.
over, I'm like, Bible story.
Yeah. But, yeah, it was really... The train thing was so crazy chaotic. It was just like in Castle of Cagliostro, where he... when the girl that he saves at the beginning, it's like where they're driving the car, going around.
Is she the princess?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, it was just like that, but cranked up crazy high. It was almost as crazy as Resident Evil Vendetta, almost. And that was such like a blood pumping, crazy thing that by the time it was over, the rest of the movie was a little bit. I don't want to say that it was a letdown, but it was unbalanced in how crazy chaotic it started. You think?
I think if it was so high energy the whole time that you'd get it.
Oh, I don't want it
tired.
to be high energy the whole time. I'm just saying that it was front heavy.
I don't know. It made it really awesome. It was like, here he comes again, and
Yeah.
and it's definitely for the fans. So whenever anybody showed up, they're like, yeah. Wow.
Let me put it this way. We started out with these sort of videos during Anime Expo, looking at Cardcaptor Sakura Clear Card Prologue. This was a better, this handled things better than that. Let me put it that way, because this felt like we were welcoming back Lupin. Whereas Cardcaptor Sakura, as Dan put it, it was like an epilogue to the old series, not a prologue to the new series, So it really did feel like like the beginning, the entire beginning of the movie was a welcoming back of the characters that we know and love.
Yes,
one thing I gotta say is I don't know if they're still hand animating this, but it looks great. The characters, the stroke, the line width and variation, it breaks up. It looks amazing.
backgrounds were amazing.
I was so impressed. I will say with the backgrounds, there was too much variation with the backgrounds. Some of them were just photos put through a Photoshop filter.
Well, I didn't notice that. I was noticing. I was more like the buildings that they were running on.
Yes, they were really
well
detailed.
done.
Some of the stuff was really detailed, but other stuff intermixed with it was like, oh, it's literally just a photo with like a Photoshop filter applied, you know? And it's one of those things where when you know how somebody did something, it kind of takes the magic away. But as far as Lupin, Italian game, it was very true to the Lupin spirit. And one of the things that I love about Lupin is that I've never seen a bad adaptation of it. I haven't seen all of it because I exclusively watch what comes out over here, what I own. Except for this, obviously, for obvious reasons. But I always loved that Lupin is a character that they just keep, they have such creative ideas for, in how they handle things, and like they have this crazy scene in the train where Lupin and Zenigata are chained together, and the key gets lost, and this guy is he's holding a cell phone with like an app on it that's gonna detonate a bomb, and when Zenigata and Lupin finally get onto the train to rescue Rebecca, he points a gun at them and he shoots at Lupin, and then the bullet in slow motion hits the buckle on the handcuffs, and then it ricochets off, hits the ceiling, bounces back around, and then goes through the guy's phone, and it destroys his phone. Right, so he can't detonate the bomb, and then he gets pissed and he shoots it again, and then it goes and it does the exact same thing to break the thing off of Zenigata's wrist, and then it ricochets back around and hits the gun the guy was holding. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen in Lupin.
Everybody, the whole place went crazy.
Oh my
it was like a Wonder Woman moment.
Was it like a Vendetta scene?
Yes, no,
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking
This is
about.
ridiculous.
It was
Just
just like Resident Evil Vendetta, but it was self-aware. It was so freaking funny. Oh my gosh, because Lupin is literally like in slow motion. He's like moving his wrist and watching the bullet and smiling. It's so funny.
But the whole show just gets more and more ridiculous.
Yeah.
But when that hits, it was like the pinnacle, and everybody just couldn't.
Yeah.
not
Oh
crack
man,
up.
it's like seeing it once.
So.
You're like this. You're kind of like. When you see it happening in slow motion, you're like, this is so cringy, and then it ricochets off and hits the phone, you're like, okay, that's pretty funny. And then it happens again in the exact same way with Zenigata, and it's just like, everybody was busting a gut. It was hilarious. Anyway, but I really enjoyed it. I think you guys should definitely see it. I am a little bit biased because I'm a huge Lupin fan, but I think you'll enjoy it regardless. So, definitely, if you like Lupin, you're already familiar with what it is, definitely check it out, and I'll just say go ahead and check out all of Lupin because all of it's great. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you next time.